Hey guys, what's good? Welcome to the podcast series Get Real with Ram. Today's episode, I'm joined by AmirOfficialUK. How are you doing today?
This is too professional, man. I'm good. How you doing?
Yeah, I'm good. What are you doing today?
Today I did nothing. Last week was such a mad week.
Bruno Mars is coming on.
Is it?
Hey, I don't feel like doing anything.
No, I didn't really do much today. Last week was just so full on, and had Ronnie Scott's and a few of these. Went to a funeral on Wednesday, and then a few of these. Curry goat, heat and salt. Oh, they need to pay me for that. What else? Thursday, I had my boy. Took him bowling. And then Friday, I had a gig. Saturday, I had a gig. Yesterday, went to the pub, watched football. I did nothing today. In fact, I played a bit of FIFA. Thumbs are hurting. I'm bummed.
Quite productive on the old PlayStation then.
Yeah, or Xbox, whichever one you prefer.
So I've
here, man.
yeah, that's it right here. So I have known Amir a very long time. There are a few people that will know Amir, but for those of you that don't know you, tell us a little bit about yourself, innit?
Oh, this is too sensible for me. A bit about myself. Well, my name's Amir. I'm a musician, singer and songwriter, and learning to produce a bit better than I used to. Right now I'm a bit cold. I don't know if you could tell.
Yeah, hoodie on with the cap underneath. I like it.
My head is freezing. My head is freezing. Yeah, singer, songwriter. I play drums. I play guitar. Play bass. I love football. I like boxing. I love cooking. I love eating. I love drinking. I like my friends and my family and my son.
Amazing.
These are all the headings of all the stuff we're going to chat about today.
Yeah, that's it. So yeah, you've been living and breathing music since you were what, 4 or 5?
Yeah, probably 3, I think, because I was on stage since I was like 2 or 3.
I mean, you're hitting the main stages now, but I mean, I've been there since primary school days, seeing you on the talent show, mate.
Talent show. What did you do? Spice Girls?
I did the tweenies. They made me put my hair in pigtails, and I was on the floor. I mean, there's a message behind that.
You were on your knees doing this. I remember that. That was so funny. Who else was involved in that?
Oh, lad, we can't be calling out people here. They know, the people that are listening, they know who are involved in it.
You know who you are, people.
You know who you are. You know who you are. That implied I was a dog.
Yeah. And you were lucky there was no social media then. Otherwise, I'll be putting that shit on my YouTube.
No, but on a serious level, I've seen you. I've been there since day dot. And yes. You are definitely climbing that ladder. So tell us a little bit about the struggles that have gotten you from then to now, and what taught you.
Well, I started. I was straight out of college. I was learning music at college and stuff as well. So I've been a musician all my life, but eventually come out of secondary school and went to study music at college. Didn't really get much done, but I was straight out of college and straight into the van and just touring the country. And I've been more someone who learns from doing stuff rather than reading stuff. Mm-hmm. I've always been that guy. Like, my music theory is pretty bad. I learn from listening and then practicing rather than reading sheet music and stuff like that. I don't get it, which is I'd like to learn more, but you know, if this is the way I do it, that's how I'm going to roll. And so yeah, I went straight on tour and then doing, like, you know, cover bands for like weddings and holiday parks and stuff like that to get some experience. And then I just did that. I did that for years, but I was always writing on the side, my own music. I was always writing with my guitar and just writing lyrics and stuff. Till eventually I got in the studio and recorded a demo, and all kind of spiraled from there. Struggle wise, it's more about trying to learn who to trust in the game. because obviously I put my trust in a few people at the beginning and they fucked me over, and it was really hard to bounce back from that. But I have resolve. I'm well hard. You know, don't need a trampoline, bounce back. You know what I mean? You've got to do it.
Bellard, isn't that the dog from EastEnders?
Yep. Woof. Yes. No, but you know what I mean? I'm just, I think there was an inner toughness and resilience. Around my personal life, things got really bad because of it. But I tried not to let that get in the way of the music. In fact, I used it for my music. You know, if you look at, if there's a few songs that I haven't been released, but they have been written, that I'm not sure are going to come out either as singles or album tracks. But I've got many songs about the bad times, and about accepting the bad times, because things are kind of going a bit better now, especially because like restrictions have lifted. All my gigs are coming back in, so I can make a bit of paper in that, you know.
Yeah.
Well, they changed the paper to plastic. Why?
I know, it's annoying, isn't it? And I hate how money feels like receipts nowadays. I used to like that crisp feel of a note in my hand, you know, like just crisp.
Now it's a euro, isn't it?
Yeah, that's it, isn't it?
No,
Well,
but
about your music, do you write a lot of your own stuff?
Yep.
You do.
Most of it, if not all of it. I think I think I've only ever recorded one song that I had nothing to do with. Like my lyrics are basically my thing. Lyrics and melody are generally my thing, because I like to go into a studio with somebody else since I learned to co-write. Before I was always writing my own stuff. I still write my own stuff, but I like co-writing with friends as well. And I walked into a studio with a young man called James Burt, who I call Bertie. He's done 7 out of 11 songs on my first album, and he's become a really, really good friend, someone that I just want to write with all the time. Do you know what I mean? But we never used to get to see each other, but now we're gigging together all the time. It's just so good. It's just so good. I don't know whether I got an email or you did, but did you hear that noise?
Bing.
But yeah, so yeah, I basically every lyric you've heard I've written.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So what's
most of the music or chord progressions and stuff have come from either both or them, because I'm more of the top line writer and they kind of do the basic stuff. But then there's a lot of songs on the album that I actually played all the bass on, the guitar on, the keys, and programmed the drums in and stuff. There's a couple of videos on my Insta that I forgot it for you. My song Got It For You. You actually see me program the drums in. You see me play the bass bit. You see me do the vocal, and I've put a video out for that. So AmirOfficialUK.
Hashtag AmirOfficialUK. Get involved.
UK. Garage in that, isn't it?
Oh God!
I grew up in garage.
A garage girl, though. I know. Yeah,
you were.
Garage girls.
You were with me on the garage and the R&B. You're more R&B.
Yeah.
And I love R&B. Don't get me wrong, but I also love the 70s and 80s R&B. But I love our R&B for our era.
Yeah.
And when the garage, Craig David was like my hero after Michael Jackson. Michael Jackson, it starts, right? But then when Rewind and Fill Me In came, man, and just all that sort of like proper garage vibe, that, you know, and musicians out there, 16D swing is what I was like. Can you feel me in?
Can you feel me in? Yeah, Craig David was prime. He still is, you know, considering he's been on for a while. He has come back with a bang.
It went like this, that, and then bang again.
That's it.
And I'm quite pleased for him, because he didn't deserve to have that dip. I think there was just quite a lot of media stuff, and maybe like whoever his representatives were kind of said a few things about the whole Bo Selector thing. And I reckon, I look back now, and this is nothing against Craig David. I just feel like, you know, if he laughed at it more, maybe it wouldn't have been like that. But then who cares? Because he resurrected things.
Yeah.
His music now is sick. I prefer the old stuff, but that's because it takes us back to a moment in time in life, doesn't it?
That's it.
But now, yeah. I think you asked me ages ago, who's a current artist that you still listen to? I'll chuck him in there. He's so sick. He's still so good. His voice is mad. His voice is unbelievable.
Yeah. No, Craig David is he's really good. He's just got that feel good vibe to his voice. Like whatever he sings, you can't help but do the toe tapping, the head bop. Like it's a whole new vibe, isn't it?
Yeah, he's sick. He's well good. He's well good. Yeah.
So on a much more exciting level, not that your music and your life ain't exciting, because it is, but what did you eat today? What was your last meal today? I love talking about food.
Ooh, I don't know, you know. What did I have? I had so I've got this new thing, yeah. You know, there's this you know, instant noodle packets that you can get.
What? Super noodles?
Kind of like that. There's another one in Tesco. I don't know if you can advertise on this shit, but yeah, you know, other supermarkets are available. Yeah, there's
That's that club card.
hashtag scan your club card to win club card points.
Right, so go on, tell us. Instant noodle pack, yeah.
Yeah, there's this one. It's called kimchi noodle, and it's really, really nice. My dad really likes it. And the way you normally present it is as a noodle soup. Yeah. But me being the social media ass, flicking through TikTok, I follow quite a few like food pages. There's this one Chinese guy. I can't remember the name of his page. I'll send it to you. But he kind of just did something weird and different with it. So, you know, in those packets, it comes with the sachets and the flavorings.
Mm.
He said to boil the noodle without any of that first. So I did this. So I just boiled a plain noodle, and then I took a little mug of the starchy water and set that aside. Then I drained the noodles, put them in a pan, no oil, just put them in a pan, put the water in, and then I added all the flavors and put them in. So now it's like dry noodles, yeah? And then crack an egg and whisk it. That was amazing.
Oh man, my mouth is like so. Oh man, it's like filling up with saliva just thinking about it. I love food, like, and I love talking about food with you because we can talk about food
hours.
For hours.
For hours and out for days. I know, because you love your food. Is there anything you wouldn't try?
Oh, that's a good question.
I'll put it to you. Have you tried liver before?
Yeah, I've tried liver.
You like it?
It was surprisingly slimy yet satisfying.
Lion King reference. It kicks in straight away. 90s Disney kicked in a lot sooner than I thought it would.
No, seriously, I was surprised with liver because obviously you think about it and then your mind just obviously registers it's liver. But if someone put it in front of you and didn't tell you what it was and you ate it, you wouldn't register with that naturally. So I really liked it.
Because we both would try most things, if not, I would try pretty much anything. But the difference is I don't have that weird, oh, that sounds weird, I better not try it, or force myself to do it. A lot of people do have that. It's just like the thought of it is enough to put you off. Like some people have that. Like I watched a video, and I don't want to offend any vegetarians or vegans watching or listening. It's just a story. Someone was using, I was watching a Chinese, I think they were in a Sichuan region, and they were selling pig brain.
Oh, what?
But the guy tasted it and was like 10 out of 10 because the texture was very creamy. Obviously, the flavoring of the Sichuan peppercorns and the chili oil and stuff. I was like, okay, yeah, I'm interested in giving that a shot. I know it's kind of weird. It's disgusting in the West. We're from the West, right? But ancestry from the East, whatever. It actually looked really good. I'll send you a link.
Yeah, send me the link. But isn't it funny though? It's like I can happily eat a leg of a chicken. But you're taking it to another level when you're talking about the brain of an animal. Yeah,
brains, livers, kidneys, and all that stuff. But all that stuff, that's the other interesting thing about that when you talk about food. Let's take a pizza, for example. That was peasant food to make things go further. And now it's one of like the most famous international dish that everybody on the planet loves. Pasta was the same. Bread was the same. People can't live without bread, you know? People didn't used to know that potatoes was more about fashion. It was only when I think Marie Antoinette wore potato flowers as part of her dress that people started to use it, and it came from fashion. How mad is that? People didn't know that.
That's crazy.
It's mad. It's mad. The first Cornish pasties didn't have potato in it, only meat because it was for the for the rich. And now pasties, you'd never catch a rich bitch eating that now, would you? You know, they're like, oh, caviar. They're like, you do know that's fish eggs. Ugh, that makes me sick. You know,
It's so true.
it's true, isn't it?
I mean, anyone that's listening to this can tell that obviously we are massive foodies. But going back, obviously, to tying it in with your career, how do you keep it in check? I'm sure that there's pressure to obviously look good, feel good. And I was actually having a conversation with someone about this the other day. Like, this person asked me, do you reckon that body weight has an effect on your singing voice? And I was like, yeah, definitely. It can do. Well, I don't know. Tell me what your thoughts on that one.
Well, I've been pretty chubby before, but it wasn't bad on my voice. But I reckon if I was bigger, yeah, it can do. Because if you're carrying a lot of weight here, and I'm not being funny, like if you're carrying a lot of weight here, then you can put quite a lot of strain. If you've got back problems, you can't use your core to generate power. I can understand that could be a thing. But like in terms of what's my secret, I just like to cook. Basically, if you like fried chicken outlets, burger joints, and pizza places, and Italian food, and lots of Chinese food and Japanese food, do you know what? You can eat all of that stuff that you think is bad for you, because if you cook it at home, you know exactly what's in it.
That's it.
And that is the secret. Like if you can't afford sushi, but you can get, because it's very expensive, but you can get like a fillet of salmon, for example. I got really excited about this when I read this. You can basically just, if you cover that piece of salmon in like equal measures of sugar and salt for 12 to 24 hours, you cure it. And in curing it, you then cook it because it's released all the moisture. You've sucked out all the moisture of the fish. Now it's safe to eat. Wash that stuff off, peel the skin off. You can literally cut sashimi pieces. And you know it's not dangerous. Do you see what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, that's a good point. I didn't think about that.
Way of doing things with Chinese food. I mean, if you buy 1 ton skins and make your own filling, you know exactly what's in it, because MSG can mess with some people. It doesn't mess with me, but it reacts badly to other people. There's no real science behind that, by the way. We'll talk about that a bit later. But you can control everything you put into your food if you're the one that's making it, and you can have whatever you want. I make fried chicken quite regularly, but I go to the gym. Yeah, because boxing is my release.
Yeah,
I love it.
Yeah,
the secret is home cooking, I think. So when I am on the road, I try not to go to those takeaway places and order the same amount I would on a cheat day. I try and just stick to 10 pieces instead of 15. No, I'm joking. I try and stick to like.
You're not joking, because you go the extra mile.
No, I go the extra when it's a cheat day. I was joking. Like, I don't buy 10 pieces when I've got a gig tomorrow. I can't be doing that. I can't be uncomfortable on a gig day.
Yeah, no, I get that.
Can't be doing that. Getting too old as well now.
Hashtag 30.
30, yeah. 30.
That's it.
30.
You mentioned earlier in our conversation about your little boy.
Yeah.
That's a little bit about him, because he is, oh my God, so beautiful. And how has he impacted your personal life and your career in music?
Well, he is literally the reason I will do anything, because he just happens. Not with his mum anymore, which is unfortunate, but it happens. There's nothing you can do about that. I think because I think progression is everything, right? And if you look at the way that she might have felt our lives weren't progressing, that's why I wouldn't blame her for not wanting to be with me anymore. And then me accepting that means that we just can't do it anymore. We've completely grown into different people than we were together. Sure. So it's actually a good thing, because we still both get on, and Ronnie loves coming here. His name's Ronnie, by the way, people. He loves coming here. Took him bowling last week.
Oh, cool.
And, he's already 5 years old, yeah? The size 6 extra small ball, he can already pick it up with his fingers. What
a legend.
Strong boy. Natural strength. And excitement, adventure. I love taking him to McDonald's because that keeps him happy. But then it's everything in my power not to order 17 burgers, as you very well know. So I have to order his food and think, right, how do I set an example? 7 Big Macs. Nope, cancel. 1. But yeah, no, he's impacted my life in a very, very good way. It was hard to bond with him, not living with his mum, in the early days. But then once it clicks, it's in forever. So yeah, he's a positive. He's the reason I'm gunning for this, because part of me is like, should I have given it up to save the relationship with his mum and stay together? Should I have given up the music? Or now it's like, I've got to do it because I didn't give it up then. Let me see what I can gain from it and show him this is what happens if you don't give up. Now that's my focus. And that's because of him. So yeah, that's all good.
You wrote a song which kind of highlights the times that you went through with Ronnie's mum. Was it Best for Us?
Yeah.
How was it creating that song? Because that must have brought up a lot of raw emotion. Like, tell us a little bit about that track. I love that track. So good.
Thank you. I think in the month that we broke up a couple of years ago, I think it was that month. I think I wrote about 4 songs, and those 4 songs, one of them was Best for Us. One of them was Easy, which is out now. The remix is out now as well. I think I wrote 2 other tunes, which one is actually written to Ronnie, and the other one is called Be Happy, but those 2 no one's heard yet.
Okay.
So these other 2, Easy and Best for Us. So I wrote those 4 songs, which helped me get over it. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah, helped you express and like deal with what was going on at the time.
There was so much I hadn't said that needed to be said. And the most comfortable place for me to do that is lyrics and singing it. Because if I sing it, I don't feel like it's burdening friends, because we all feel like that. But whether we should or shouldn't, we all feel a bit like that. Because I don't like going to the pub talking about my problems. I have to go to the pub, sit, chat football and talk nonsense. And so if I'm not in a good way, I need to pick up the lyric book and sort it out. So it felt really good, and it was raw, and I needed that. And I needed that for Easy, and I needed that for the other 2 songs in question as well. And I use all my rawness in my music. And so when it was about time, I write about it. When it's a good time, I write about it. That's just that's my coping mechanism, and luckily enough, it's my career. So 2 birds, 1 stone.
You've had some pretty cool highlights. I mean, obviously watching you through your journey so far, there's one highlight that's just screaming out to me. Let's talk a little bit about it. You were a support act for Gabrielle, weren't you?
Yes, I was.
What was that like? She's so cool.
She's so cool. She's our childhood as well, isn't she? And I remember, I don't know if many people know this other lady, but I was supporting a woman called Samantha Harvey on tour, I think in November 2018, I think. And we did, I think the only 2 dates I didn't do of the whole tour were the island dates. There was one in Dublin and one in Belfast, and the rest of it I did: Manchester, Liverpool, Newcastle. The final show was in London. Where else did we go? I think we went to Warrington, we did Leeds, blah, blah, blah. And then after that, got the call to do the Gabrielle show, do the Gabrielle tour. So I was like, well, definitely. I mean, why not, right? And you came to the Shepherd's Bush show.
I did. It was amazing.
And it was the only show I didn't get booed for saying I was from London.
I mean, it was a bit out of reach. But I still made it. Don't leave me hanging.
I saw you. You were sunshine through my window. Mate, dreams can come true.
Yes.
Right. I'm a dad. I can get away with these jokes. I don't know what your excuse is.
Just getting real, isn't it?
Get it with me.
It's time to be real.
She done R&B.
Yeah, no. So Gabrielle, you could just tell as an artist, she's she's sound. She's
No,
humble.
she's wicked. And she's a lovely, lovely woman as well. When I spoke to her, you know, first thing she said after the second day, when she came off stage, because we had a day off the next day, a travel day, she goes, "Where's the liquor?" Straight away. And I was like, oh, I've already got some, you know, because I opened. So because I opened, I was going on stage quite early. So my buzz ended at about midnight and I got really good sleep throughout that tour. When you're a headline act, it's harder because if you're going on at 9 o'clock and you've got an hour and a half show, then that buzz can carry you till about 2, 3 in the morning. And you've got to get up for a radio interview at 9. So I was swimming on that tour. I was enjoying that. And then so I think the best show of the tour was Shepherd's Bush, the one you came to. And the last show of the tour was obviously the messiest because we all had the full tour and crew had a big party, which was great. And that was up in Gateshead near Newcastle, which was awesome. Brighton was a good show. But yeah, no, it was just great to tour. I'm built for touring. I'm built to travel. You know that. You know, I'm just built for that. I don't like being in one place for too long, and hence why, you know, lockdown was quite a struggle. But this was obviously before that. And then after I come back, I think I might have come back on when was the last show? I came back. So the last show was on the Sunday. We stayed over. I think I was coming back on that Monday. And on that Wednesday, I get a text saying, "Do you want to do Glastonbury?" And I was like, yeah, I'll go to Glastonbury. No, to play. Oh, to play? No, I'm busy. Fucking yeah. I can't play at Glastonbury. And so then in June of 2019, I played at Glastonbury just before All or Nothing album came out. So that was 2019 was the year that 2020 was going to lead into 2020 being my fucking year. And now 2 years later, I'm going to use 2022 as my second 2019, so that 2023 is my propelling season. Yeah, I just got to do it. Something's clicked in my head that, you know, I'm done with time wasting people. I'm done with wasting my own time. I'm done with all of that stuff because for so many years I've had other people wasting my time and not knowing how to get out of it. Now it's just like, right, well, I'll do the function gigs to get some extra money. I got this. People are sending me tracks to write to. Let's just do the whole lot and see what fucking happens. And when I do that, when I'm busy, I just feel better. I'll have a car in a couple of days, so then I can get straight back in the gym.
Sounds good. That's so good. I mean, it's nice. It's nice for people to just hear a little bit about you. Like, I so appreciate your time. Thank you for jumping on. But before we wrap up, any words of wisdom for the listeners out there?
It's as simple as go with your gut. It's as simple as go with your gut, because there are so many people who are willing to give you advice about shit that they have no idea what they're talking about. And your best bet, the right thing to do, is to go with your gut. This person will give you advice, this person will give you advice, this person will give you advice. They all think they're giving you the best advice. Take it all on board and think, right, you're talking shit. I like a bit of that. You're talking shit. And then just listen to you. Because if it goes wrong, it's on you and you're easier to forgive than someone else.
Amazing. Thank you so much. And thank you to those of you that have taken the time to tune in. Stay tuned. Till next time.